Hello everyone, I'm from Cell Group 51. I'm now doing my project 2. And the first question for the project 2 is what are some of the views expressed by the peoples in the video about the street art and how did they feel about the street art? From the video, there are different type of view expressed by the different peoples. One of them in the video expressed that street art is something that doing freehand temporaries and in the public spaces. The street art includes the standstills, stickers, and so on. The street art in Melbourne first arose in 1980 from the New York. It started as the slogan and the silent protest in the artistic form. Nowadays, street art has attracts a lot of tourism in the Melbourne. The attitudes towards street art has changed, and the people's start to appreciate the artistic elements and accept it. Besides that, the people in Melbourne shows different point of view toward the street art along the street and the street art in the gallery. Some of them says that it is very good ideas of the showing street art in the gallery. However, some of them disagree that they should say that the street art should belongs to the street. And most of the people has the same opinions that the street art has undergoes a lot of changes these few years. It has become more interesting. Last and but not least, they also say that the features of the street art nowadays are completely unbelievable and unpredictable. For the question 2, I'm going to summarize the videos by identifying the main ideas and the specific details. One of the main idea from the video's content is the street art first arrived in the Melbourne in 1980 from the New York. The street art have different purposes in different century. Beside the street art in Melbourne changes a lot, and the different peoples have different points of view toward the street art. And nowadays there is also street art showings in the gallery. The authorities also considers the street art as a part of tourism to show the appreciation of artistic element. And for the third questions in the project 2, do you think that this type of the art has a message, or it merely a work of art? Explain your view. And for me, I think that street art has its own message. The street art is actually a tool for telling the social message. Sometimes art is a way of expressions and communicate some ideas. Art tells each stories and shares different meaning. Each meaning actually is each interpretations. Every specific ways of how viewers interpret the particular piece of art. Basically, the street art affects not only a viewer but also make changes in setting and in urban landscape. Even though the street art primarily make the physical changes, it also influence the opinions of the viewers. And for the fourth questions is that, in your opinions, what inspires artists to create such artwork? In my opinions, there are lots of things that can, lots of incidents that can inspire the artists for creating this artwork. And the first of all, the artists may be inspired from their observations and or their hearings in the environments. Besides, among people who create the street art, maybe the people who just have something to say and there is no way how to put them in some frames. Each one can create the valuables thought an out piece of the street art, and usually the authors can remain the anonymous to most people who are actually audience. Moreover, the artists can also use the street art as a ways to express their feelings and thought. They can enjoy the freedoms of working in the public without worrying about what others think of them. And the last questions for this project too is, what do you think of this street art, and does it brings the positive or negative impacts to the individuals and society? Please support your answer with 3 examples. For me, I think that street art is any visuals and art that is created in the public location. The artists of the street art want to communicate with the public at the large and free from the perceived confines of the foremost artwork. I also think that street art has brings lots of the positive impacts to the individuals and the society. And the first examples first examples of the positive impact is that street art actually brings becomes a part of the cultures for expressing arts and sense, as well as the protest or critique towards certain event. With some of the views of negative impression, the street art has been legalized by many city authorities because of the benefit offers. And the second examples which we can say why the this street art give the positive impact is the street art actually gives some individuals to express themselves in the way they are comfortable with. Those individuals can express their opinions, ideals, and also creativity in a piece of artwork. For expressing the thought, words might be hurtful and easier to hurt, yet it can be expressed in just a piece of the artwork. And the third examples can be seen through the neighborhood surrounding. The street art have create the beautiful environment for us. This is because the plain and the bare buildings or walls will not be interesting as cannot be as interesting as it when it turns out to be colorful, artistic, with particular meanings beyond the drawing. It also can brighten up the place on which it appears. Besides, it also take part as the young's educations, in which they may get interested in learning the art more after seeing the artistic work of the street art. Considering this fact, we are not supposed to judge things as it looks outside, yet we should consider more on its benefit. And that's all from me for the project 2. Thank you.